Perfect. So, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video. And yeah, I can't spoil it already, but today we're going to review the Ace Volume 1. And yeah, I came prepared this time. Man, there was a lot to unpack, but my notebook saved me. And yeah, that's basically it. Hope you guys have a good week. I have a good week so far. Done with work for today, and there's a holiday coming up tomorrow. So yeah, so you have a day off. But yeah, that's not why we're here. We're here to discuss this. So yeah, the book is ready. The islands are under it. Got my tea ready. It's green tea, as you might notice. And about the video, we're going to split it into eight sections. The first section is going to be who the writer is, etc. The synopsis. We're going to part 2 is the synopsis. 3, we're going through the pages, do a breakdown. 4 are the positives and the negatives. 5, and yeah, the negatives is 5. 6 is final verdict. And 7 is the final score for this book, for this comic. And yeah, plus what's next. And part 8, we're going to do some shameless ebegging. But we're going to part 1 first. And get back in there, tea back. Okay, part 1 first. Who it's made by. So we're opening it for a moment. It's written by Edwin Acevedo. With the Ace Volume 1 is written by Edwin Acevedo. Sounds like Puerto Rican, from what I've noticed. It's Hispanic either way. Artist Ibai Canales. I hope I spelled it correctly. Ted Orteo Gonzalez is the colorist. Letter Adam F. Cover second printing Joe Ball, who did quite a good job on the cover. Rough panel breakdown and edits Steve Dye. No editor. The epilogue is part 1. Writer once again Edwin Acevedo. Artist Sweens. Letterer Adam F. And there's an origin story of an other character in a completely different genre that kind of feels out of place for me. I wonder what's even doing there, but we'll get to that later. With once again the same guys, and the artist Alan Alonso and Adam F is the letterer. So yeah, the Ace is created by Edwin Acevedo and Sweens. The Ace Volume 1 second printing is copyright of Edwin Acevedo. So with this, I'll tell you right now that I'm just doing it for review purposes. I have no financial interest in it at all. I'm just doing this because I like to break things down and go to the source. So right now we're going to the synopsis. What's it all about? A young lad named David Diaz is looking to find his purpose in life, and once a shooting star crashes down, and finds a meteorite with a piece of alien tech, a sphere, and he becomes an armored anti-hero. And the Ace, and apparently the whole galaxy is looking for that particular sphere or the Ace of alien technology. So now we're going to we're at 4 minutes now. We're going to the breakdown. So it's a beautiful night. David Diaz is walking to the park, what seems to be the park. A burglar thinks it's easy mark, and it's kind of a natural pose for holding a knife, but I suggest he gets his knife and asks him to give him his wallet. And David was hoping to run into him. And going to page 2. And the fuck is getting impatient. Shut up, boy, and give me your wallet. I won't tell you again. You heard my friend's mother. She's a good woman who works hard to provide for her family. And the fuck goes for the attack. And David Diaz activates the power of the Ace and becomes the armored anti-hero. And as you might know, this page 1, this 2, and this 3. And 3 is usually where the uneven pages where either someone gets beaten up, killed, or worse. Which what happens here. The ace reveals himself and knocks him out. Cracks. And knocks his head sideways. So, number 13 just ran out of luck. I cracked myself up. And he drops the criminal at the local police station and arrives at home. And his mother arrives. He really hates lying to her, but over the past 6 months he doesn't know what his identity is. And here you see some hidden references. This could be a coincidence, but I don't think so. This could be a reference to one of your boy Zach's comics, Iron Sights, that I have mixed opinions about. Also, this book is also part of what seems to be the CG crowd that I have my own opinions about. There's nothing against Edwin, but I'm not going to put that label on my head. I'm just here for review purpose. And he hates keeping secrets from his mom, but keeping this from her is her only way to protect her. I can't. And he thinks about 6 months ago when, once again, the shooting star arrives. He makes a wish, but it turns out to be a meteorite. And within that this is the flashback, by the way. Within that meteorite lies, seems to be the sphere, or the ace, and the piece of alien tech. It has a little bit of a reference. It reminds you a little bit of the D-spheres of Mr. Terrific. And the D-sphere, he zaps David, and is knocked out. And a few moments later, he wakes up, his hands, and he finds a robotic suit, or cybernetic suit around him. And he wonders why the hell is he wearing this armor? I have no idea. Maybe because of the alien tech. And so he puts his hand on the symbol, and the powers deactivate. And he guesses, I guess it's part of me now. Well, no shit. And back to the present. Testing the armor's powers last few months really paid off tonight. I have no idea what happened in the past few months. 6 months. And why is there showing but not telling? Or is there not telling but not showing? I don't get it. And he used power for good to bring criminals to justice. And something's wrong, danger is coming. And he activates the suit again. And here comes Sharknado. Speaking in some kind of accent. Part Russian or alien language that I can't decipher. There's no comment, but whatever, it's coming fast. Of course not coming, it's a spaceship. Here's a villain. And David, as the ace, tells his mother to get out of here. His mother doesn't know who he is, of course. But he tries to explain. He deactivates his power for a moment. He activates his helmet for a moment, and reveals his identity to her. Tells her to get out of here. And tells her that there's no time. We're in this together, and we love each other. Bye. And he reveals himself. The villain or bounty hunter reveals himself. It's a shark. It's a space shark, and you won't actually any shark. I'm here for the combo. Listen, one human. I'll take from your corpse. But apparently the suit can survive a laser blast. And he's testing his abilities once more. And this villain is known as Akula. Akula is a shark-like creature, it's like bounty hunter. And but also a warrior of honor with some cybernetic legs. Two warriors battle is best hand to hand. And but the ace or David shoots a laser from his chest like Iron Man does when his power is overloading. And this impresses Akula. And but the ace doesn't have time for this, and Similar to how Iron Man or Tony Stark defeated the Ironmonger, or Obadiah Stane in the movie, he takes the shark Akula up into the stratosphere and drops him from space. Not gonna contain him, but apparently he demands to give him a warrior's death, and he crashes down. You effing coward. I agree. I should let you fall, but I need some answers first. And yeah, David, or the ace, heads down from the, crashes down from the atmosphere like a comet, and grabs Akula just in time to get some answers out of him. And but he tells him that he's only the first, and there will be more coming for him. And he tells him to end it. But someone tells him to stop, and this is where volume 1 ends. And now we're going to the epilogue, where the Kane system, quote 28.14, where another guy, looks like the ace, but I'm not sure. The epilogue, where the guy in the suit is heading towards the planet Broom. Has some similarities to Mars for some reason, and lands a ship. Checks his holocron for some reason, and he gets in. And two androids guarding the entrance to the prison area, to imprisonment, and the guy stabs the alpha android through the chest, or at least slits his throat. It's kind of weird to see what's going on. I know what else is going on. Listen, Luke, it's kind of static for some reason. I don't know. And with one stab, he stabs the other one, the beta android, through the head and through the neck, and that's the end of that. And here's gets into the prison of what seems to be another shark-like creature, and he knew that Akula would come for him, but and told him to release him, but Akula didn't send him. Oh, it's where the epilogue ends, and he draws his knife. So now we're going to the story that I don't know what's even doing there, to be honest. We're in space all the time now. We're just getting to a fantasy setting, probably to fill the page up because there was not enough budget left. I don't know. And the background story of what seems to be Angelyke. This little girl in a house, some dwarf kind of father, and some kind of hooded figure slices his throat. That's it. Next, Angie says a prayer. That sends the slashers, and also the mother dies. And thanks for your prayer. And there's Angelyke, and a celestial arise. Should be Angelyke, and she takes her to some far place safe. And years later, she comes back as Angelyke. Show more how she was strange or anything. This into the story to Angelyke, and here's some fan art of by S.K. Bennett and by Nicholas Daniel. Get to drink some tea first. Kampai. Fan art by Hex Allen. Of how just out the gun. And here's some fan art as well by Eric Nieltowski. And the background story of the writer and artist himself. And as I expected, he's from Puerto Rico. And he didn't know any English. And didn't have many friends. So the comics helped him to, it's a good introduction to a new language. Helped him to study English. And he decided to reading skills. And it was an outlet for creativity. And he decided to make a comic book, etc. It's good. He thanks, some figures within the CG crowd and Untitled Chapter crowd have mixed opinions about, but And a little thank you, basically a little thank you page. I'm not going too deeply into the things. And that was the Ace Volume 1 plus the first part of the Epilogue, and the origin story of Angelyke. Angelyke, however it is spelled. Now we're going to the next point. Since we're almost at the 17-minute mark, we're going to. This was a breakdown. Now we're going to the positives. And then we're going to the positive first. The cover art by of the second print by Joe Ball. I simply love it. There's enough color in it. There's detail. It's a little good combination of darker, colder colors and little warmers on the back. And also nice add-ons. I'm going to unpack them here. I'm not going to deeply into the details, but This the Ace and what seems to be some kind of monster, but I don't know who it is. So just look like Hugo Strange and Lobo combined. But yeah, it's nice cover, it's nice art. Cover looks amazing, and of course there's a trading card in there, some kind of plastic foil. And some stickers going on for what seems to be Volume 2. I'm not completely sure, I don't know who any of those people are. And, well, this is nice. I need to put this in a map or something, but I have to find a folder for this. I hope maybe Pete could help me out. With Pete, I mean Pete Smeddy, but this looks amazing. I don't know who designed this card, but whoa. But yeah, they know the stuff. I mean, it kind of reminds me of War Machine and Iron Man combined. With some Robocop, etc. At least the first prototype. But yeah, nice add-ons. Nice set of stickers that I don't know where to even put them. Maybe I'll put them on the back of this piece of art. But yeah, the card is by far my favorite. So congrats. Whoever draw that one. It's beautiful. But now we're going to, the add-ons are nice. Still need to get, like I said, still need folders. Doesn't pay the reference to other crowdfunds that, I have mixed opinions about, but it's subtle. And subtle details, subtle references. And the other good thing is, it arrived in 1 year, within a year. So credit for credit's due, unlike some books, crowdfund books. This one arrived on time, so that was good thing. And like I said, it has some elements of Green Lantern, Iron Man, Blue Beetle. We're not going to talk about the actor for the current movie because I think he's a complete sellout. I mean, he's not as worse as Tenoch Huerta, because I can't stand that guy either, because he's also a sellout and he would sell his own family for a couple of bucks if he had the chance. But I digest the Punisher a bit, Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Ace kind of remind me of Mr. Terrific. So a character that not many people know about. You should read about more. And we don't mention the one from Arrow, because that one, I don't know what they were thinking. So now we're going to part 5, the negatives. There could have been a bit, and this is no critique towards the art within the second book, within, against Ivan Canals, but I wish there would be more of an, better match between, the cover and the interiors. Also, some panels could have been better executed, like, for example, this one over here. And some inconsistencies in the artwork. I mean, this looks amazing, but here I see he gets killed, but I don't see, oh, it's static. I don't see emotion or something. Just, stands there and slash. I want to see the guys move, so that slit his circuits or his throat, whatever. And the other critique that's more, it could be more of an of a story of a style of writing or anything, but the protagonist David Diaz masters the alien tech within 6 months. But he mentions it, but they don't show how. And it's kind of weird that the guy was looking for his purpose and has no idea where to go, finds a piece of alien tech and immediately know how it works. Unless there's some backup memory inside the sphere, I don't know. It was almost like he knew everything beforehand. And the epilogue, I think, should have been could have been better. I would have put the flashback at the very beginning. I would have done the flashback at the very beginning. And the epilogue, I would have spread it over multiple volumes. I would have spread it over one issue alone. But that's how I would write things. And Jedi Warrior issue 1 is a perfect example of it. My first webcomic and first chapter. And the origin of Angelyke, I have nothing against this character, but I don't know who this is. I still know who it is, but it's kind of, there's a child that gets adopted by angels, I think, but her parents are killed. It was kind of familiar, but I have nothing against the character, but in the setting of, an overall setting of, more like, tech-based, space, and sci-fi and action, I wonder what the hell it was doing there. That was, I don't know if it was budget reason because they wanted to fill in the pages. Still, there was a number of pages divided by 4 because that's how otherwise you can't print your comic. You're left with some blank pages. And that's pretty much it. But believe me, if this comes over like me blasting anyone or Edwin's abilities, believe me, that's not my intention. It's just observations that I have. And now we're going to, but it's kind of weird that the guy who only has 6 months with the sphere, or with the ace, means he knows how to use it. It's kind of, he mentioned it, but they don't show how. That's my, that's a critique, but we're going to part 6, the final verdict. It is, okay. It is not great, it's not great or anything, but it is okay for what it does, for an introduction story at least. The flashback story at the very beginning, something I would have done at the very beginning, and the epilogue is a separate comic or add-on. But that's probably because either budget constraints or they wanted to put from the page or something, or something in that trend. And I thought it would have been better if they were shown more than just a mention of how David mastered the tech. Because I find how could he find it all by himself? That's still what I'm wondering. It's a plot hole in it that I don't get when he was not familiar with it. And with no further ado, I score the Ace Volume 1, the final verdict, a 67 out of 100, which means a 6.7 out of 10. It's not breaking any new grounds or anything, and there were some, the epilogue, I would have spread across multiple volumes. I would have put the flashback scene at the very beginning. But those are different, that's me, because we both have a different approach. And don't let a guy like me tell you how you should approach your work. But and some inconsistency in the artwork. But and a better match between the interior and cover. That's because they hired another artist for it. So I can get where it's coming from. It's not, like I said, not bringing new grounds. And I wouldn't have put the angelic origin in here. But due to the difference in genres, but that's a personal preference, and yeah, not everything right first time. And yeah, that's about it. Now going to part 8. We're going to do some shameless e-bagging. My shameless e-bagging moment of blah 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 my book, blah 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 my Patreon, etc. And yeah, we're going to show what's, and yeah, but first we're going to show what's next. Am I going to read the second volume? I wasn't convinced at first, but I gave this a shot to see where they're going with everything, but I have a feeling that I already know what to expect. I don't know how. But yeah. Now we're going to blah my book, blah my Patreon. Just kidding, I don't have a Patreon. But if you'd like to see me make more videos like this, more reviews like this, you can leave a like, subscribe if you want to. And yeah, leave thoughts down below. Did you like this one? Could have done something better. I think they could, especially in the writing department. But that's my opinion. And yeah, if you'd like to see what I'm creating with my hardworking friend Nev, Jaguar Warrior issue 1 is now available as a vertical scrolling webcomic on thejaguarwarrior.com. And on Global Comics, we can pick whatever format you want. You want double spread, vertical scrolling, or so the webtoon format, or the traditional one. They got you covered. And yeah, you could also buy a print-ready PDF, DRM free, by filling your links, filling your information, credit card information, and yeah, you get yourself a print-ready PDF, and that even states you get access to if I ever decide to take it from the platform, which I won't. And yeah, it's also available on Gumroad. I'll put the link down in the description as a digital edition with where you get both the print-ready PDF and a CBR file for just €2, and there's a physical edition available as well for €8. Unfortunately, shipping costs is something I cannot control, and yeah, customs could be quite a pain in my backside. My apologies in advance. And yeah, like I said, give this beginning creator a chance, and his hardworking friend as well, because yeah, I'm not in just for the money, only because I care about certain products, and yeah, something I love to do, aside from my day job. Because on the job is on the job, off the job is off the job. This here is off the job. And that's pretty much it for this video. I have to go, I'll drink my last sip of tea, because I have to go to a bowling session with some friends, real friends, because I have a life outside of YouTube. And yeah, it's okay, like I said, okay for an introduction story, but yeah, I think it could have been more. But yeah, that's about it. Talk to you guys later. See you next time. Get to go. And yeah, this video will be uploaded on yeah, King's Day, so yeah, where I live. So it will be pre-recorded, so don't expect me to reply to any things during the premiere of this video. And yeah, that's it for today. Talk to you guys later. The next one will be volume 2. Ciao.